the warning signal in the eerie silence of deep space, where distant stars punctuate the infinite darkness. The normally routine operations of a remote research outpost on the fringe of human-colonized territory were abruptly shattered. It began with a flickering anomaly on sensor displays, a series of rapid, uncharacteristic blips emanating from Sector 7G, a region long assumed to be secure and under alien surveillance. In the cramped, dimly lit communications hub, Lieutenant Karen Brooks leaned forward as the screen pulsed with urgent red warnings. Her eyes widened as she listened to the steady, mechanical beeping of the alert system. "Attention all personnel. This is not a drill," she announced, her voice steady, yet edged with urgency. "We're picking up anomalous activity in Sector 7G, an unauthorized breach." The room fell into a tense hush as technicians and officers scrambled to validate the readings. Outside the reinforced glass of the control room, the vast emptiness of space seemed to close in, as if the darkness itself carried secrets of an enemy unseen. Across multiple screens, satellite feeds revealed subtle movements, shadows shifting against the star-speckled backdrop. Commander Alan Price, the outpost's seasoned leader, strode into the room. His presence calmed the rising panic as he barked orders. "Secure all entry points and prepare for immediate lockdown. We must not let this breach spread." In that moment, amid the low hum of servers and the rustle of anxious footsteps, the outpost became the front line of a silent war. Every heartbeat, every whispered command marked the beginning of a confrontation that would challenge humanity's resolve and force them to answer an unspoken call to arms. Mobilizing the resistance, news of the breach spread rapidly, igniting a firestorm of activity back on Earth. In a high-security briefing room at Global Defense Headquarters, General Marcus Hawk Daniels stood before a sea of determined faces. With a steely gaze and an unwavering tone, he addressed the assembled military leaders, cyber specialists, and international liaisons. "Today, we are not simply responding to a minor incident," he declared, his voice resonating with authority. "This is a wake-up call, a vulnerability in Sector 7G that our adversaries never anticipated. It is our moment to reclaim the initiative." Across major cities worldwide, from the neon-lit corridors of Tokyo to the bustling metropolises of New York and London, governments and military units began mobilizing. In state-of-the-art labs, engineers worked around the clock, reconfiguring stealth technology and upgrading defense protocols. Social media platforms buzzed with messages of unity and resolve, as civilians, soldiers, and scientists alike set aside their differences to support the defense effort. In a televised address that united millions, President Jessica Monroe stood before the nation with a fervor that transcended borders. "We are a global community," she proclaimed. "Today, every man, woman, and child on Earth is called to protect our home. Our strength lies in our unity and our unwavering determination to fight for our future." The mobilization was not just a military maneuver. It was a cultural renaissance of courage. Volunteer brigades formed, logistics teams synchronized their efforts, and every sector of society readied itself for the storm. The breach in Sector 7G had become a symbol of opportunity, a call to demonstrate that, when united, humanity could strike back against any threat. Infiltration and entry under the cloak of darkness and the promise of a new dawn, a covert task force embarked on a daring mission to infiltrate the enemy's stronghold in Sector 7G. Aboard the stealth cruiser Night Strike, Captain Derek "Viper" Lawson and his elite squad prepared for the most dangerous operation of their careers. The cruiser, cloaked in cutting-edge technology, glided silently through the void, its hull reflecting the scattered light of distant suns. Inside the command deck, tension mingled with determination as the team reviewed their entry protocols. "Remember," Captain Lawson murmured, his voice low and resolute, "we're not just infiltrating an enemy base. We're proving that human innovation can overcome even the most formidable defenses." The cruiser approached the enemy perimeter, a swirling vortex of automated turrets, sensor arrays, and energy barriers. With calculated precision, Lawson initiated the breach sequence. Every crew member knew that a single miscalculation could Bell disaster. As the vessel's cloaking device engaged, the team exchanged brief nods and murmured affirmations, steeling themselves for the silent plunge into hostile territory. Inside Sector 7G, the environment was surreal. Corridors pulsated, with a faint alien bioluminescence, and the air, or its equivalent in a pressurized alien habitat, vibrated with unknown energy. Every step taken by the human infiltrators was measured, their movements synchronized like a well-rehearsed dance of survival. With every sensor sweep and encrypted communication, the team inched deeper into the heart of the enemy's domain, each moment intensifying the stakes of their audacious mission. Chaos in the corridor. Within the labyrinthine corridors of the alien outpost, chaos erupted as human footsteps disturbed the eerie silence. The corridors, lined with pulsating energy conduits and walls that seemed to breathe, became the stage for a relentless clash of wills. Sergeant Mia Torres led her squad through the narrow passageways, her plasma rifle casting a dim glow against the organic, shifting textures of the alien architecture. "Eyes sharp and move together," Torres commanded over the comlink, her voice steady despite the pandemonium that ensued. Automated defense drones, triggered by the unexpected breach, swarmed in from hidden alcoves. Their alien forms, sleek and menacing, darted through the corridors with a speed that defied human perception. In the midst of the onslaught, individual acts of bravery unfolded. A rookie private managed to disable a drone with a perfectly timed shot, while a seasoned veteran used his armor as a shield to protect his comrades from a barrage of energy bolts. The clash of human grit against alien technology created a cacophony of sounds: the sizzling of plasma, the clatter of falling debris, and the rapid-fire commands that echoed through the corridors. As the squad pressed forward, the walls themselves seemed to react, pulsating with an almost sentient awareness of the battle. In a narrow alcove, Sergeant Torres paused to catch her breath, her eyes scanning the shifting patterns on the walls. "This place is alive," she whispered, a mix of awe and trepidation in her tone. The realization only fueled their determination. Every alien structure, every flickering light, was a challenge to be overcome in the name of survival. The turning tide deep within the enemy stronghold, as human forces clashed with relentless precision, a breakthrough emerged from an unexpected quarter. In a hidden, makeshift operations hub carved into the very heart of the outpost, cyber warfare, expert Aaron Kim and his team worked feverishly at a holographic console. Surrounded by cascades of streaming code, Kim's eyes lit up as he detected a critical vulnerability in the alien control grid. "Guys, we've got a back door," he shouted, his voice echoing through the confined space. "Their central system is more exposed than we thought." The news spread like wildfire through the human ranks. With this newfound intel, Captain Lawson's team altered their strategy on the fly. Coordinated strikes were launched as human fighters began exploiting the digital chink in the enemy's armor. Laser fire and plasma bursts lit up the corridors as targeted defense nodes were neutralized one by one. In a breathtaking display of tactical brilliance, the digital assault rippled through the alien systems, causing confusion and chaos among the automated defenses. "Focus on the control nexus," Captain Lawson ordered, his voice crackling over the comms as his team surged forward. The combination of physical combat and cyber warfare created a symphony of destruction, a harmonious yet violent blend of human ingenuity and raw determination. With every severed circuit and each dismantled turret, the enemy's confidence faltered, marking a decisive turning point in the battle. Victory and a new horizon. As the central control chamber trembled under the relentless onslaught of human assault, a final, resounding explosion heralded the collapse of the alien command network. Silence, heavy with the weight of sacrifice and triumph, fell over the once impregnable outpost. The breach had been secured, and the human forces now stood victorious in Sector 7G. Outside, as the first rays of a new dawn pierced the darkness of space, human warships gathered in orbit, their hulls scarred yet proud. Below, on the reclaimed ground, jubilant cheers mingled with solemn remembrance. Soldiers, engineers, and civilians alike embraced in moments of bittersweet relief, as the cost of victory was acknowledged with humility and honor. In a grand ceremony broadcast worldwide, General Daniels addressed a nation reborn from conflict. Today, we celebrate not just the liberation of a sector, but the indomitable spirit of humanity, he proclaimed, his voice imbued with both pride and reverence. Our unity, our innovation, and our unwavering courage have forged a path to a future where no enemy, no matter how advanced, can break our will. Across Earth, communities came together to rebuild and remember. Memorials and monuments were raised to honor those who had fought valiantly, and academic institutions held symposiums on the lessons learned from this epic struggle. The victory in Sector 7G became a symbol of a new era, one where humanity's determination to overcome adversity would continue to shape its destiny. As the human fleet prepared for further exploration and defense, eyes turned upward with hope and resolve, ready to meet whatever challenges the cosmos might hold.